Crusaders are repositioning to engage that Panzer IV. And honestly, Panzer IV is across the stream, so there's not much protecting it. It could absolutely be hammered by those Crusaders. Hey guys, remember to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and hey, go one step further, become a channel member. Any support you guys give is greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the video. Hello everyone, I'm Greyshot17, and today I'm covering a 2v2 on Crossing in the Woods. Because, yeah, that's back in Co. I think this is the first time on stream I've covered a Crossing in the Woods map. But being 2v2, this is a slightly bigger map. It is, unless I'm mistaken, from back in the day, the edge of the map would be right here. But they've increased it ever so slightly for, like, a bigger area. And yeah, apparently, because CoH3 movement is faster, they need to make the maps bigger because you are moving a lot quicker throughout the map. And it's just for gameplay and other things like that, otherwise it's just too choke pointy. I've recently discovered this on Red Ball, when it's like, huh, that seems pretty small. And it's like, nope, it's the same size it was CoH2, it's just CoH3 plays different. So they need to change things up a bit. But it is cool to see. We're going to be, by the way, seeing Daddy's Girl, Von Prime, Zhukov's Uranus, which I could be wrong. Isn't that Operation Uranus the move they did against the German forces around Stalingrad? So I believe that's it. I think that was anyway. And then we also have Dawn did it. So nice. MG set on up. Also plenty of defensive works being set over here for green cover against the enemy, and also tank traps to prevent the enemy from, well, okay, light armor from busting through. I think heavier armor can just crush through those barricades. Rifleman FG section doing their best against Palm Grenadiers and a motorcycle team, but it's 2 against 1, which you might think it would go against Von Prime, but Von Prime actually holding up decently well. They're focusing on the Rifleman, getting boosted. Palm Grenadier is holding pretty well, and the second Panzer Pioneer is now assisting. Though now the motorcycle team is falling back, and the Palm Grenadier can now focus on that infantry section. Mid-over Engineers against Grenadiers, but Grenadiers have already worn that unit down by about half its health. Damn. Meanwhile, we have Pioneers pushing along the side. MG picking up at the wrong time. I mean, I guess they're already flanked by the scout unit. But we already see the right-hand side. The Allies grab the fuel, the victory point, a very good munitions point, and potentially another fuel. Meanwhile, the Pioneers moving over to hit this mortar, really putting Daddy's Girl in a bind, though Grenadiers are there to try to help wherever they can. Allied forces are being flanked by the Palm Grenadier and motorcycle team. MG is going to pull back. Meanwhile, the infantry section might be able to get a quick kill, and the first kill of the game on Von Prime. Excellent kill right there. 3 minutes in, we got our first KO, and that being the Panzer Pioneer. Going in for the cutoff, and even a kill on the MG as a little payback, but unable to. Motorcycle team's going to pull on back. Palm Grenadier gets a good cutoff, knocks out the fuel for the Allies. Allies still have a bit of a lead, though, thanks to the sheer amount of territory they've taken on the right-hand side. Pioneer is retreating, though. Her Engineer is moving on up, hitting the Palm Grenadier. They're trying to put some pressure on the Pioneer and Engineer and go for the kill, but no dice. Too many Allied forces in the region. Border gets a good hit. Palm Grenadier has to retreat. Von Prime needs to figure out something. Looks like Allies are taking this back and are going to get the fuel back, which would just, well, as you can see, 8 fuel. Potentially 28 fuel. So just a little bit of a difference. But again, 2v2 maps are notorious in 1v1 for the push and pull. So don't expect the position to be as static as it can be in 4v4. But yeah, no, 38 fuel now for the Allies. So even better with that being taken by the... And again, 8 for the Axis. So... Axis may not want to focus on potentially pulling out Panzers early. I don't think they're going to get it. Meanwhile, battle groups, we have ourselves heavy weapons and terrors. So new battle... Oh, wait! And Panzerjäger Command. So this is all new battle groups. Well, okay, except for the British. They didn't want to pick the Canadians, I guess. And they don't even have the Australians. But what they will have is, well, your basic setup. FG section putting pressure there. I just realized, do I have Discord open? I do have Discord open. Okay. When I hear the pop-up, it's just, oh my god, so annoying. Alright, quick kill right there on that motorcycle team, so that's gone. Also, apparently, when I hear bubbles that is unique to my computer, I don't know why the bubbles are so loud on my end. If anyone knows, please let me know in the chat, or, because I truly do not know why for me, when I play CoH3, the bubbles are so loud.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Let's see. Yeah, sorry for giving everyone a Discord scare, I guess. Grenadier is pushing back the scout units. Grenadier is also grabbing that. Anything different? We have a kind of a jack of all trades build for Daddy's Girl. Strictly Palm Grenadiers at this point because the motorcycle team and the Panzer Pioneers have fallen. So no boost for the Panzer Pioneers on one end until you get a half track or something.
Victory point now under enemy control.
British forces have also not done exactly all that great. They're only a 4 men. The Americans have done a bit better. But yeah, only 2 men and one of them's AT unit. So, oh, okay, the other one's getting the Reese package, so we'll get some additional scoped rifles. Some flares, some artillery inbound as well. Palm Grenadiers almost get the kill, but no dice on the riflemen. Again, a solid back and forth. Victory point-wise, the lead goes to the Allies, though the Germans right now have 2 victory points over the Allies, at least at the moment. If section trying to put pressure, the mortar coming in, thanks to the Americans, doing the best they can. We have a bazooka team. I find this hilarious because, again, we had the Allies, well, yeah, we had the Allies so high up against the Axis for so long. But I guess, yeah, we do have a half track coming on in, so make sure you have something. But I'm really shocked that not Germans, but the Allies haven't pumped out any not heavier armor, but any armor to speak of. A Hubbard could be effective here, especially against the Palm Grenadiers if it keeps its distance. Sorry, this is just keeps repositioning. There we go. Yeah, so Palm Grenadiers could be quite effective. Be effectively countered by light armor like the Hubbard, just keeping its distance and putting pressure. The Germans have a pack gun, and now Panzer Grenadiers are on the field. More medium close range variant, not the Palm Grenadiers. Let's see. MG is pushed back. So it looks like Daddy's Girl is really trying to hold up this position. Meanwhile, the left-hand side is not going well. The British have pretty much dominated this all the way up to the victory point. So the fuel will be taken, the more additional resources taken, and will hopefully keep the Allied lead against the Germans. Especially with the... I just think that, unfortunately, Von Prime is going to need to bring out something a bit more. Or at least keep his unit alive and get some good hits in. Luckily, a mortar, not a bad choice. Again, gets him out of green cover and can keep up the pressure against the FG section. Meanwhile, on the right, not going all that great. Pioneers in full retreat mode. Grenadiers holding out against the Riflemen. We have the MG camouflaged. Which, for how much absolute flack has been laid against the, camouflaged MG, not really playing much of an impact. I mean, sure, it does get a hit in, but the Rifleman would have been hit anyway. And yeah, there he goes, being suppressed. Mortar's being brought up, so could target it, but again, It's not really going to change this fight. Oh, did he just oh my god, he did interrogate. The guy is suppressed. He's on the ground, and his ally is just getting literally getting slapped silly, being like, "Where are they?" And you have the troops right there, suppressed, being like, "We're right here. We're right here." Scout, but no, they'll see everything else. But again, most of the Allied forces within range is what, the 50 cal in the mortar, which you already can see because it's shooting you, or I guess mortaring you. Scout units do take mid. Looks like there is a mine there, so I have to keep an eye on that. Mortar and MGs are pretty low on health. Oh, do we have a Chaffee? Oh, we do. Do you have a Chaffee and a howitzer? So, what, Air and Sea? Yeah, is being picked. And, okay, not a bad choice. Howitzer, some good artillery. A Bishop might be, of course, the more notorious British arty unit right now running rampant in multiplayer, but still, not a bad choice. We got ourselves the Chaffee moving on in, but again, not really much armor to speak of. Again, Germans have not really gotten the armor out because of lack of fuel. Right now it's even, but still, earlier on it was not the case. Half-track would be the only target I could realistically see. Although, I guess Chaffee could focus on infantry and just harass, but again, Grenadiers could Faust it, so I don't know. Trying to, I guess, bring down the house on that Palm Grenadier squad. The Bazooka team keeps laying down fire. About halfway done with that building's health. It's getting closer and closer. But luckily, Von Prime sees that as like, no. Support armor elements being unlocked. So we know he went with the second building. Good grenade! Gets an easy kill on the Bazooka team. So, Zhukov needs to keep his reinforcements alive. Or, not, just his forces alive. But if this is truly Zhukov coming over to lead the Americans, that might explain where it's like, someone walks into Zhukov's command on the American side. Sir, we've lost the Bazooka squad. And Zhukov's like, cool. If we lose 6 more, let me know. Until then, I have other things to focus on. Honestly, it would probably go better if Zhukov had what is it, the oh god, is it advanced infantry? So that we can send the human waves. It's like, there we go, more Soviet tactics. But no, I'm assuming we could see some more armor plays, and we are Greyhound. I can't say that name without being literally. I'm playing too much Hoy, so every time they have something with a submarine, they just go Greyhound. Oh, which is so stupid. I have seen Greyhound, good movie, but yeah, it's pretty much just an action movie or World War II movie. Not really much character drama to me, at least. But the most dumb thing of that movie is the German captains just being on speaker, just taunting the Allies. I'm like, okay, you needed it for dramatic effect, sure. Now, anyway, nice AT grenade goes off, hurts the mortar half track. Hurts them, but yeah, it's just the tone is so ridiculous. I laugh every time. Anyway, mortar half track is injured, but quickly getting repaired thanks to the fact that the Germans could just, well, get any guy and go heal. So, German forces have retaken at least this sector, so that's pretty good. Coming back strong with lots more infantry and double mortar half tracks, plus a Stug D. So, he's got good front armor and good anti-infantry fare. Chaffee could be an issue for it, but right now Chaffee is busy being hit by a pack gun with the Greyhound. Alright. Again, Allied forces have also taken over a good chunk of the right-hand side, so resource-wise, still pretty close. But we could start seeing some different stuff as the Stug is pushing on in. Close to where that Chaffee is. There is an AT gun. 6-pounder is lighting up the Stug in the distance. Gets a good shot on the side armor. All Grenadiers repositioning to hit the rifleman trying to break the line. Stug D now firing. Gets a model with the first shot. But we have the, artillery coming in, thanks to the mortar half-track. I think using airburst over here. Oh, we got some Stukas flying overhead, but they're just meant to harass the enemy and cause them debuffs. But Chaffee moving on in, trying to get a kill. Rifleman does get killed in the MG. Stug very low, but again, we have the AT crew right there, or AT teams being the Panzer Air Command. Greyhound trying to cover the Rifleman. Rifleman die, though, thanks to some good shots by Von Prime. Von Prime, also the Royal Engineers, forcing them back. Greyhound trying to do the best they can. Unfortunately, with the debuff, the infantry is slower, as you can see. So the British forces trying to come over to help out his allies, just being, well, pinned down, terrified by the German Air Force, thanks to a sound. I actually like that. I like the idea that the sound of the Stuka is just so terrifying. It's not even shooting them, it's the sound that is causing them to be like, oh shit. That to me, that's pretty good. AT gun is moving on up, I guess trying to get a good shot over there. Slim Jim, thank you very much for the Prime. Very kind of you, good sir. Again, mortar half-tracks now can start hitting this AT gun. Making quick work of it with a couple shots. Vickers machine gun needs picked up again. Chaffee needs some heals, but you don't have an engineer or that's free. Right now, this squad's in the other side of the map. Grenadier is under fire. Yeah, it actually gets pushed back. Surprised he didn't lose any more models. All of the models are super low. Chaffee repositioning to head over to get some heals. Panzergrenadier is guarding mid, but gets smoked. But again, they're still in the territory, so it's not going to do much. Good front flip by the American infantry right there. Doesn't help the fight, but, you know, presentation-wise, excellent, excellent. Wait, hold on. Okay, good to know. So, while I believe a rifleman squad just perished to the Panzergrenadier squad, another rifleman squad gets a good shot on the pack gun, and we know the American squad, or the American forces went with air support. So, they are going to be able to call on strategic strikes against the German players, which is real, in my opinion, is going to require the Germans to get some sort of AA. But again, it's a 2v2, so shorter map. Hold on.
We've lost a squad of riflemen at the front.
Panzergrenadiers not only dominating the American riflemen, but some now have picked up 2 American Wait, yeah, pick it up, please. Oh, is he interrogating? Wow, he interrogates the rifleman and grabs the bar, but might have been too much. Oh, yep. Should not have interrogated right there. Unfortunately, because he stayed a bit too long, Greyhound was able to put him down, even though that Panzergrenadier had 2 bars. That was funny, though. Oh, Martyr comes on in, misses the shot. All right, pretty intense pullback, but Greyhound does get taken out by an excellent Martyr shot. Royal Engineers being focused on. Pack gun is back up as well, so I don't think the Chaffee can move on in. Oh, wait, no, pack gun is gone. Chaffee could maybe move on in, get a side shot, and neutralize the Martyr. Oh, wait, no, there's another pack gun right there. Again, both sides have taken some heavy hits, but I think the American player, a.k.a. Zhukov, has lost the most, losing 2 riflemen so quickly. Oh, boy. Now, again, infantry section do have AT, so the armor has to pull back. But there's plenty of palm grenadiers here getting boosted, so I think they'll be fine. Artillery is, though, hitting that. Stu D's repositioning as well to keep the British from pushing it any further, but they're going to pull back. Yeah, I hate to say it, but wait, Chaffee Swarm? Are we actually... Wait, hold on. Are we actually getting a Chaffee Swarm tactic? Oh, I am curious to see how this goes. British MG bunker is opening fire, keeping the palm grenadiers at bay. The Stu D keeps the middle clear of allied forces. Again, Daddy's Girl needs to get his pack gun back up. He does. Reinforces it fully with the grenadier and pulls back. Nice tactic. Just that way he keeps the pack gun operational and fully health. Chaffies are now being massively deployed, potentially for a massive flanking maneuver. I'm going to quickly check. I don't see any mines in this sector. So maybe Zhukov could launch an offensive. Double sortie as well, so maybe some airstrikes to help open up the corridor here. Hold on, Chaffee's moving in, but Pansy Jaeger squad is there, camouflage. 1 unit, aka the Martyr, goes down. AT crews are opening fire with the other Martyr. Chaffee's doing the best it can, but alas, the offensive is not going the way he probably wanted. Gets put down by the pack gun, and the double Chaffee counterattack falters and honestly loses way more than the Germans do. Germans definitely took some hits and will need to heal, but the Chaffies are way more expensive than all the losses that the Germans took combined. So unless the British are able to get some great kills in here, I think that was a GG for the Duck. Oh, hold on. AT rifles are there. Stu does have good front armor, so it may not be the easiest kill. Here's the Loiter, freezing the British in place, and they're going to not be able to close the distance with that debuff and will pull back. American forces are still grabbing what's left. Another rifleman squad is on the field with a bar, but the damage is done. Palm Grenadiers coming back and will easily take care of the American stragglers. And honestly, I think the Germans are in a really good position, at least for the... Yep, Engineer squad goes down. So I think that... I'll say again, American players... Zhukov has not put himself in a great position to help his team. And I think Don did it now. Don did it, sorry. Will be in a real tough spot to hold this entire line with his men. He does have some good units, not gonna lie. Crusaders are being pumped out right now, and that seems to be a go-to among British players because the Chaffee is, for its cost and the speed, is really damn good. As it currently has a hard time killing the Palm Grenadiers. I swear, guys, I swear, the Crusader is pretty damn good. Crusader's opening fire pushes back the Palm Grenadier. Great kills right there. And yeah, they're going to push back the remaining German infantry, at least from grabbing this territory, but they still get the victory point. Victory point-wise, the Allies still have a small lead of about 70 points, but still pretty good. Crusaders could have to worry about being AT grenaded here. And we see here the Panzerjäger did get a Shrek team, so even more firepower, at least against armor, being given to them. Excellent, excellent. Again, if you aren't like, if you don't have a map with buildings, I don't recommend that like double grenadier focus. It is cool, but it's not as like it's good against quickly moving in and killing stuff in buildings, but it's not really anti-armor as much as it may say like additional penetration. Like I just don't see it being very good. The extra Shrek team, the extra Shrek being provided to the Panzerjäger squad, that's pretty damn good. All right, but commandos, British infantry section, and riflemen are all charging forth to try to retake the left-hand side. The right has been easily retaken by German forces, and we got some mines down as well. AA half-track is hitting those pioneers, does force them to retreat. But something I did see earlier, I didn't really mention, is there is a Panzer IV, right? So we do actually have a main frontline armored tank that the Americans and the British need to worry about. Now, 2 Crusaders could absolutely put in its place, but as we just saw, one of the Crusaders just absolutely got KO'd right there, so pushed up a little too much. British forces are trying to launch attack, but again, the Stug has the armor to prevent really this, prevent these infantry from really hurting it. They're gonna try to throw some AT grenades, but it's just not gonna be enough. This squad's barely alive. This squad may die if he doesn't. I don't know what Don did is trying to do here. I guess he was trying to like hold out and get the kill, but the only thing he did was almost get his infantry section killed. Like he is so close to that squad perishing. Again, this AT gun could have repositioned maybe up, but right now I'm actually glad it's in mid because that Panzer IV is moving in on it. All right. Zhukov does also have AT gun moving on up. The Crusaders are repositioning to engage that Panzer IV. And honestly, Panzer IV is across the stream, so there's not much protecting it. It could absolutely be hammered by those Crusaders. Crusaders pushing on in, using their speed to close the distance. And there it goes, Panzer IV with the American AT gun support. Crusaders with the American AT gun support neutralized Panzer IV quite quickly. So excellent work right there. We have Daddy's Girl losing a very good unit. And he is nowhere close from pumping out his mighty King Tiger. So don't expect that behemoth out anytime soon. Meanwhile, Zhukov is closer than I think the Axis probably really want him to be to getting out Pershing. Now, while Pershing is weaker on a head-to-head fight with a lot of other German armor, like the Tiger or the King Tiger or the Elephant in like a sheer like power contest, the speed of it, especially has made it a favorite to me at least. I really enjoy it. It's super fast and it still packs a wall up, so it's something to keep in mind. Crusaders, especially like watching it or like supporting it, could absolutely lead to some big German casualties if played well. Good hits right there. Palm Grenadiers taking a lot of damage. Mortar half-tracks doing the best they can, hitting the infantry section. Again, you still have the American mortar doing work. We got those, we got the Junkers coming on. Not Junkers, sorry. We have the Stuka dive bombers. They're just flying on over, just causing havoc. Another Panzer IV moves on in against the American infantry. He may lose it right now thanks to an American AT grenade if he can throw it, or even has it. Zhukov may not have given his men AT grenades, which would have been a waste. That would have been a perfect time to throw it, and that way Daddy's Girl would have thrown another Panzer IV, potentially. Stug D coming on in, but he himself could be in for a world of hurt as the Crusaders push on in. Martyr hits the Crusaders, though. weakening them even further. Strobe trooping on the field, but again, no AT really to speak of. We do have a loiter coming on in. Don Didit is calling in his British rocket strafe, and that is putting pressure on the Martyrs and the Stug. Even the mortar half-tracks have to pull back from this sector. Again, allied forces are in the vicinity, so maybe they could spot it and keep up the air support pressure. Rockets are hitting the Panzer Pioneers of all things, and the Stug get a little bit of half-track. But at least forcing the dock forces, at least the armored forces, back. The infantry forces are now left to grab the territory as, well, whatever's left of the, whatever's left of them, of the allied forces moves in to try to counterattack. Again, we have 2 infantry section and the commandos, again, close range. So if they ambush like the Strobe Trooping, they could definitely do a lot of work on it, but Strobe Trooping from a distance, seeing him coming, I think the Strobe Trooping win that fight. We do have an AA gun, I guess, to help shoot down those loiters that get called in, so okay, not too shabby. What else do we have? So we do, oh, mortar half-track getting neutralized by the AT. Oh, wow, infantry section going in for a deep dive, actually getting the kills. Both mortar half-tracks are done. That's a big loss for Von Prime, losing his infantry support. Again, with those mortar half-tracks, his palm graders have been able to do a lot of good work. Now, without that, it's going to be a little bit harder for him to advance. And the Allies have retaken pretty much their side of the map. Well, everything on their side of the creek, I guess. So, not too shabby. Panzer IV is still on the field. We got ourselves a Panzer III now on the field for the dock. Meanwhile, 2 Crusaders are still out. And we're getting closer and closer to that Pershing. I think the Pershing will showcase itself rather soon. Honestly, Zukov, I'm surprised you haven't placed the cache here. Just 1 cache would, I think, help you and your ally. And I think that's the best cache to put it on, because I think that's the most secure. This, honestly, munitions might not be a bad idea. I could say the same thing, honestly, for the Germans. They could put a cache if they really wanted to. And they are putting a cache, all right. Yeah, Daddy's Girl sees the opportunity here. And, yeah, putting on a cache for extra fuel. Again, with the Allies taking all the territory they are up quite a bit on fuel. And Crusaders are now hitting that right-hand side. AT gun is not in position. They're trying to get everything in position, with the Panzer IV quickly maneuvering. Dock forces are trying to handle the Americans' AT guns and infantry, but having a real rough time right there. Crusaders pulling on back. Panzer IV might try to push on up. That might not be a great idea. We saw the Panzer IV overextend and be in a bit of a pickle. So, yeah, he's going to hang back on his side of the creek. Not a bad idea. Nice shots with the double American AT guns, neutralizing the Stug. That's been a bane in the side of the Allies for quite some time. But a 17-pounder unlock is being done right now by the Brits, so maybe a 17-pounder. But again, right now, I think the German armor is easier to kill now. Yeah, Panzer III and Martyr don't exactly aren't known for having the armor, the front armor that bounce shots. 17-pounder might be overkill, but to be fair, you also could be thinking, hey, it's not now, it's for the future. I don't know if the Germans are saving on up, even though realistically you know how much armor they've been deploying. But again, hindsight's 2020. I don't know if the Germans are closer to their mighty heavy tanks, so maybe getting out the 17-pounder could at least make sure that if it deploys, we have something that can absolutely pulverize that heavy armor, or at the very least hit any of their weaker stuff and put it down a lot quicker. Speaking of not only heavy armor, but quick movements, Pershing is indeed on the field and moving to potentially push left as Asuka fires and rains down on the side. There he goes, firing on the Panzer III. Panzer III does the penetrating rounds, but Pershing does not give a shit. And also Commandos ambush the Martyr, going for the kill on the Palm Grenadier. Gets the kill. Pershing, though, pretty weak. Artillery coming on in. Panzer III might try to go for the kill here. Martyr misses the shot. Pershing, oh, takes a bounce. Martyr does not bounce, goes straight through. Oh, Panzer III, once again bouncing, double AT gun shots, and the Panzer III goes down. Pershing, with his speed, gets out in the nick of time. Panzer IV, though, may try to bust on through to get the kill, but AT guns are lined on up. And the Crusader opens fire along with the 6-pounders, all bounced, by the way. Pack guns moving on up in case Crusader stays within range. But again, without infantry support, the pack guns will be in harm's way. We have the Commandos still behind the lines, causing havoc. Panzer IV trying to put down those pesky commandos, but the AT guns are firing from across. Gets a kill on the Panzer IV. Great job with the 6-pounders. Both pack guns are neutralized thanks to some quick work by the American Air Force. The German Air Force, I believe, is about to come on out. Yep, there. No, it's the British forces. And great, wonderful airstrikes by the American dive bombers, neutralizing both pack guns, making sure Daddy's Girl can't pick up any pack guns left in mid. Air support neutralizes. Oh my god. This wasn't just a quick like, yes, you know, things, that was a bad single engagement. The Germans lost in every engagement. They lost the pack guns, the armor. They didn't really kill all that much on the American side. The Pershing lived. The Crusader, okay, they did kill a single Crusader, I believe, but that is nothing compared to what they lost. They lost the Panzer III. They lost both Panzer IVs. It is not looking all that great. Now, the good news is Palm Grenadiers did cut off some of the resources the Allies are getting, so that's good. But I mean, I would not want to be on Von Prime's or Daddy Girl's side after losing all of that. Stuka trying to go in for a long-range shot. Does successfully neutralize the howitzer, so that's a good kill right there. British losing quite a bit. Commandos survived, but the infantry section have not. But again, just good work by the Allied players. Bringing it back. Again, population-wise, they're in the mid-60s, overtaking the Axis, who are averaging mid-50s. Again, they still have a decent amount of reserves left in manpower. Fuel-wise, a little bit more bare bones. But still, Germans still have plenty of good men on the field by the Panzer Grenadiers, Strobe but the Allies are slowly retaking key areas and now knocked out another fuel, making the German fuel 11, where the Allies are at 36 and potentially 41 here in a second. Yeah, good air support tactics, by the way, by sorry, not Daddy's Girl, Zhukov. He came on in and made sure the MG pulled back, although this Vickers machine gun did KO'd. Again, another loss for the Allies. Probably don't need. Dive bombers came on in, hurt that area. Commandos healing and taking that position. Riflemen pushing on up against Palm Grenadiers. Stuka firing, hitting this whole area, kills a Crusader! Right now, that Stuka's the lifeline of the German army, because without that artillery, it would be a lot worse. But Pershing is back up to full health. Another Crusader is making its showcase on the field. And more riflemen. I mean, there's still plenty of frontline infantry, at least for the American side. And those pesky commandos, oh god, are now moving in to engage the Strobe Troop and Panzer Grenadiers. I think the commandos have this. Stuka now firing, like, I believe, a creeping barrage. Oh! Perfect lineup, potentially. I'm sorry, was that a... They just called in a V1 on the Pershing and killed it. The V... Oh my god. That is a perfect tactical strike, I would say. I was watching the Stuka get a less so perfect hit, but wonderful job. The Pershing did not survive the blast zone. And yeah, that's a huge loss for Zhukov. Zhukov does just need manpower, not necessarily fuel, just manpower in order to get another Pershing out, and 2 minutes, which is exactly the amount of time it would probably take if he didn't lose anything. But some key losses across the front have made it a little harder for the Allies. Okay, a lot harder. And victory point wise, though, Germans are down by nearly 180, give or take. Not exactly the best. Again, Allies again taking some key losses. Some good German counterattacks have kept things alive for them, but again, they need to hold on to those victory points if they want to stay afloat. Allied forces are moving on in for one of them. Martyrs are not exactly anti-infantry. Stuka bombs clear that half-track, make sure that it's gone for good. Riflemen hold on to that. Commandos pushing on in. There is nothing preventing that armor from, well, or AT units from moving up and killing that stuff. I love the scout unit with an AT rifle, because why not? But yeah, they're taking over this entire left side. Crusaders are trying to push on the right, killing a cache. This is, okay, I mentioned caches. That one's a little ballsy to put it that close to the Allied line. Crusaders diving on in, maybe trying to go for a Stuka? But I'm not sure what the game plan is. Air supremacy and improved aircraft frames, so they can't be shot down and being called in. So a lot of resources for airstrikes. Trying to not neutralize the building, but the Panzer IV is already on the field with the pack. Intelligence was off. We have air support coming on in on the Panzer IV, but he's just going to try to outrun it. Air support does hit the Panzer IV, getting some shots. Crusader still hitting him. Pack guns are right there. Crusader dives on in. He's a goner. Let's see. Here comes the air support. And Panzer IV, luckily, because he just kept reversing, outran the rockets and got the hell out of Dodge. Middle, Royal Engineers are trying to combat it. Again, Germans have lost half their victory points remaining. They're down to the 30s. AT gun pulling on back. Royal Engineers are hanging on there. Smoke is dropped, but artillery kills the MG in that smoke. Crusader did make it out of there. Again, right now I think Zhukov is saving up for armor, but he just doesn't have the resources. I mean, he does have the munitions. I will give him that. He does have the air support if he can keep getting some good hits against the Axis. But again, it's... even with AA, it's going to be a tough time for the Axis to shoot down those planes if they have additional armor. But again, I'm just saying that. I'm just like, I don't know. It's tough. The Germans don't have the victory points. They just don't. Flex, I'm currently doing casting, but unfortunately this morning, so I will not be doing 4v4 and 3v3. Sorry. But thank you for the invite. Anyway, Riflemen pushing on up. Plenty of forces are chilling out here. We got double martyrs still, so the Germans still have AT. The Stuka is still alive. The Panzer IV is still alive. Potentially a recon overflight for additional strikes. We have a strafe coming in against the German forces. Riflemen barely survive. Second strafe coming on in. Oh! Danger close with the dive bombers, but I mean, German forces still survive and hold on to it. Lots of artillery coming on down. Damn.
The enemy have taken territory from us.
Panzer Grenadiers going in for the interrogate. All right. They're getting that intel on where the allies are. So maybe allowing the Stuka to get some additional hits. Again, right now there are 2 Stukas on the field. Allies are not in a great position to move in. And remember, Zhukov is trying to save his manpower. He can't afford to lose much, if any of it, to artillery. He just can't afford it. Also, a half-track was... wait. Yeah, it was neutralized. Palm Grenadiers just trying to bust on through. No vet... I will say no veteran squad leaders, which is a little interesting. Grenade is thrown on the AT gun, but it can quickly be healed. Allies losing actually quite a bit. Population-wise, they're in the upper 40s. Axis are in the low 80s at this point. So a really good job at least keeping the arty on the Allies and keeping them pressured. Because their armor is not really pushed up all that much, except for that Panzer IV coming in to save the flank. But again, they know where the Allies are focusing. The Allies need the victory points, but luckily the Stuka has done a pretty damn good job at preventing it. Oh, I like how he tried to walk away, and it's like, no, that Stuka doesn't play that game. It's doing the creeping barrage. 17-pounder is lined up in mid, so if the Martyrs do push up, they can be for World of Hurt. Riflemen are pushing up, providing some sight. 17-pounder could get a good shot on the Panzer IV. Come on, there, fire. There it goes, side armor shot. We have a Stuka dive bomber effort on the MG. MG is quickly going to get up. Panzer IV moving directly. Oh, is that a... MG is a goner. You have a strafing run on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV is actually fine taking some bullets. Rifleman pushing on up, not sure what it's doing. Could be KO'd by the Panzer IV right there. And again, more manpower that he can't afford to lose. Oh wait, nope, he did it. He got the Pershing. All right, now he needs to just dodge a V1 strike and maybe keep this Pershing alive. Again, if the Pershing wasn't KO'd by the V1, I think the Germans may have lost this game. But we'll have to see if this Pershing is able to dodge those V1 strikes. Crusaders are doing their best effort to hit the right-hand side, so they're trying to pull away the armor in two different areas. But again, the Pershing, in my opinion, is the bigger threat, and they have all the armor ready to go against it. This thing will not survive if he moves in to engage with all this. But Panzer IV is pulling back. Pack gun is hiding behind the building, not sure what it's doing. Commando's flanking, but it's just a lot of force right here. Maybe he wants to call his friend Zhukov for some air support. I don't know. Commandos will not survive this battle with that much infantry. Panzer IV is well trying to put it down, and I think it's going to be GG. Yep, there it goes. GG for it. Crusaders trying to get some hits, but Pack gun is guarding. Here comes a big push, and really? It died that quick? Wow, Martyr did perish. What the hell? I mean, Panzer III is about to die here. There it goes. That doesn't make up for the Pershing just die. Why does the Pershing immediately die? Oh my god. Wow, I was like, man, climactic battle, and Stuka clears up the infantry. 2 squads down. Man, Zhukov just losing everything. Air support does kill an MG again. So at least, you know, Von Prime's losing something, but honestly, you need to airstrike those Stukas or do something to it. I don't know. Crusaders having a rough time on the right-hand side. This one's barely pulling back, either a mine hit or Faust or something. But yeah. Oh, here comes Panzer IV going in for the quick kill. Great kill by Daddy's Girl. Now with plenty of manpower and fuel. Allies just don't have the resources to keep up the fight. I think this might be... I think I'm seeing a GG here. I know it's close, and I think the Allies might be able to bring it down slightly, but I think the Axis have the resources, V1, to make sure that the Allies don't keep that capture going for too long. Oh, is Crusader really going to go in? Oh! He tried to risk it. He tried, but the Panzer IV had how much health? 10 health remaining and was able to get away. Damn. So close yet so far. Half track trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Luckily, the heavy machine gun does suppress it. Grenade is absolutely not helpful. Alright. Oh, here comes those Stukas. Right on the Commandos. Commandos do dodge a lot of it. Oh, but they have to run back into it. Whoops. Again, a tough fight, but the Allies, I do think, are at a disadvantage. I truly think the Allies are in for a world of hurt. I also just love the amount of dead armor that's just everywhere. Here comes another Stuka strike, I assume right here. No, on the MG, grabbing the fuel. Hey, Sam Blips. Again, I do get a lot of replays, so I try to cover a lot. So if I missed your replay, not because I'm ignoring it, just or I didn't see it, it's just because of the fact I just have so much to try to get a wide range. So artillery fire just continues to pulverize the Allies. Another Rifleman squad losing it, but don't worry, guys. He is very close to getting his Pershing. Third Pershing will turn the tide, I swear. To be fair, the dock player does have only have 1 martyr, but I'm assuming what really helped was the AT infantry. So, yeah. And also, we still have the V1 that can be called in. Axis have 30 points, Allies at 94, but have potentially only 1 victory point. We'll see if the Commandos are able to grab that. What did he... Wait, what? Oh, they're building a demo. Yeah, if you build that, you don't get the captured territory anymore. And they can see you. I'm pretty sure they... Axis can see that. Half track is down. V1 is called in, but really didn't do all that much. Alright, chat. Oh my god, Zhukov has no army. Zhukov has no army. He is done. As soon as that man retreats, he will have 0, nothing, nada. And he will use whatever is left, I'm assuming, to get that Pershing. He want, or he's just gonna, you know, surrender. He's gonna do nothing, and he's just gonna chill back and be like, yeah, you know, Don did it. You can fight this. You have disappointed me this entire time and have done nothing.
Our territory is cut off from supply.
Even though, you know, Don did it is doing the best he absolutely can to fight. I don't know what to say. Stuka about to kill the Crusader. Very close. This needs picked up. Alright, I'm going to fast forward because if Zhukov doesn't want to play, I'm not going to give him... Yep, there it goes. He surrendered. Yeah, they lost. Okay, so real quick, Zhukov top kills and top damage on the flip side. Von Prime top damage and top kills, vehicle kills as well. Solid game. I would say the Allies had a amazing like minute where they just absolutely like countered everything the Axis threw. They were doing so well, and then a V1 strike here, a Stuka strike there, and yeah, it just absolutely helped turn the tide in just a perfect way. Just some good kills all across the board, not gonna deny. And Panzer IV, yeah, a lot of them deployed, though, got some armor kills. Man, those Pershings, they were not worth the payment, were they? So let's see. Yeah, not really all that much. I'm trying to see if there's any big kills. I mean, that for having weaker armor, man, these guys really paid for themselves. And yeah, legit Palm Grenadier, 76 kills. Hot damn. Great stuff. Just really good stuff. But yeah, no, overall, again, you don't need the big heavy tanks. Some lighter stuff will do you just fine in order to save the game. But yeah, the Stukas, that was the big thing. The Stukas really helped exactly when they needed to pulverize the enemy. And honestly, they didn't get that many kills, 25 compared to the front line troops. Again, the artillery usually is undercounted, but still. Thank you to, I believe, Daddy's Girl for submitting this replay. I thought it was pretty good. I thought this was a good game. The Allies definitely had a moment where it seemed like, oh shit, they just Uno reversed everything the Axis threw, but some good Stuka strikes, a good V1 strike, and that absolutely just made the Allies start crumbling. So good job there. Also, I'm surprised that the British or the Americans didn't really bring out more artillery themselves. I think that Von Prime thought that his air support would be enough, but it was not. Von Prime, thank you very much. I'm sorry, not Von Prime. Who am I thinking? Zhukov. Zhukov's air support would be enough, but it wasn't. But yeah, solid game. Good, excellent work, guys. And Von Prime, thank you for the sub right there at the end. So it looks like if you saw your victory, and it's like, ah, yes, excellent. But again, thank you guys for watching. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before y'all go, let me give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, Big Cooch, Aphyria, Ace, Pyro Shark, Tonybee 95, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support and helping me grow my channel and support my channel and everything I do. Thank you, and to the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.